I'm on. He better be off.
Mm-hmm. He's off. Oh, gamer. So what do you want to do? Back off. Back off. Back off. Back off. It just feels good. Good. It just feels. It feels good to play Call of Duty. That's actually good in so long. World War II is so bad. Don't go live.
Thank you, John.
Started out and not yet. I am hungry.
Thank you, guys. I guess I'm not going to wait for the room to populate to tell what happened. If they want to come back, they can, rewind it or whatever. But I do live in a duplex, and
It's called internet jail.
someone made a mistake, and there was no flames, but there was definitely smoke. And I am feeling like the biggest idiot because my son yelled fire and I was acting like he was crying wolf. So if there's anything to learn from this, I'm sure a lot of you guys,
So I went upstairs.
have, kids or grandkids. And, in the past they may say, oh, there's a fire. And you walk in and someone just burned popcorn or something like that. Um, there was no actual fire, but there was smoke that could have definitely turned into a fire.
And he was just sitting there.
And um, we couldn't find it because the whole room was smoky. So there wasn't like just a source of fire. Um, so I'm looking around for it. So yes, I did read the comments before hopping back on. I seen some of you guys are assholes. Still glad you watch, and I see a lot more of you guys care, and I appreciate you. Um, my son just made a joke though that I said was so funny. We let the dog. I have the dog in the cage so they didn't make too much noise for you, and we let him out in case there was a fire, somewhere that we couldn't find right away. We didn't want him confined to a cage, and
I have
apparently
the same exact thumbnail
the
on my
dog
laptops too. So I just redid it.
thought this was the best day of his life. He had pizza, chicken, everything that we had, to eat was up for grabs. So he got a nice full stomach, and we ain't mad at him. We ain't mad at him. He took advantage of a situation.
Guess what, gamer?
But yeah, I told my son, I'm like, cuss at me next time. I'm like, I won't yell at you. I won't get you in trouble. Sometimes for kids, it's an emergency if there's not enough room in the mailbox, you know. Um, but my son was 100% right in getting me this time, and I'm sitting here playing a stupid golf game. I mean, just to put it in context, I love the game, but it's stupid compared to, a potential of, you know, uh, a house burning down. And had we not found it, that could have been the case. So um, everything's fine. No injuries, no fire damage, no nothing. Just smoke and some scary, dealing with some scary things. And because we couldn't find the smoke, I'm like, what if it's by the boiler system? What if it's by some source of gas or something in the house? So that was you know that's what happened. And like I said, I just figured I'd give the room a little bit of time to populate. If you're just hopping in now and you want to know what happens, you can always watch this video back. Let's get started, and hopefully, I mean, playing six and at -7 is pretty good for me right now.
You have to do it
Um,
regardless.
but yeah, I really hope. Just the last thing I want to say is, I really hope my stupidity, um, of not listening to my son, thinking he was crying wolf, is something that you guys can learn from. Doesn't matter if you're doing a live stream. Doesn't matter if you're talking to a friend or something that you feel is more important. If someone says fire, you go check it out. And that right there was my own stupidity. Um, so
Annoying.
yeah, let's go back. Let's get back on here, and let's see. We played 6 holes, so cross off that one. Hopefully, I can get back in. We got the extra mile and the sniper coming up on this hole 7. Yep. So yeah, obviously the last 2 shots I took were under the assumption that it's potentially my house. There was something wrong. So um, I guess that guy got a birdie or whatever. Did he get a birdie or did I get a birdie? I don't know which one of us got a birdie. Let's see. Do I have a birdie? I don't have a birdie. Okay, well, I'll take it. Anything can happen. Let's go. Whoa, whoa, whoa. He said use rocket on this hole. What hole is this? Is a par 4. The rocket won't get me up far enough. Thanks, San Diego. And thank you everyone who had, kind words and everything. That was just nice when I was reading through the chat. And like I said, the few people that made light of it, it's cool to make light of, certain situations or something, but um I did see a couple comments that I thought, wow, that dude's a loser. So my mod squad did an awesome job, and as far as character for you guys, watching, um, you know, 99.99% of you guys are awesome. Thank you so much.
Should I use your chat? I mean, I some secular stuff.
And I don't remember names. I don't remember who said the thing that pissed me off. And I'm glad I don't remember the name because for all I know, it was just to lighten the crowd up or whatever. So it's not like I'm looking at anyone out there, thinking to myself, oh, I hate this person. Why are they in my stream? I don't even remember who said it. Now that I started up a new stream, it's uh, it's a non-issue. Oh, what the quasar here?
Look at me then.
All right, I like starting out hitting perfect because let's face it, it's basically like starting over again. Yeah, Joe, everything was fine. I don't want to embarrass anyone in the house, so I'm not going to say exactly what it is. Um, I'm just going to say everything is fine. No fire damage, no nothing, just smoke. Thank God. Okay, guys, check your smoke detectors and everything else. And like I said before, if your son or daughter or granddaughter or grandson come up to you and say, hey, you know, uh, get off your golf clash game, might be a good idea to listen. I wasn't saying it's more important for me to play golf than it is for me to make sure my house wasn't burning down, even though that's certainly what it looked like. It was basically me not believing my son that there was an emergency, and my son was right. There was an emergency. Had we left it, my house very well could have burnt to the ground, and it, partially would have been my fault because, but the fact that the fire alarm only went off for a few seconds made me think, oh, someone next door is cooking popcorn or something like that. Um, so So yeah, that's where we're at.
Now, what am I gonna look at? Chippy chocolate?
Stay out of the rough. Thank you. See, someone had mentioned this earlier. Like when I dunked it, how come I didn't have to adjust for wind? I wasn't quite this close, but when you're this close, it would take like a 20-mile-an-hour wind
Gamer tag.
for you to, have to really worry about wind adjustments. Basically, you just want to make sure that you hit it perfect. So So yeah, dunking isn't necessarily showing off or anything like that. I'm not trying to show off here. I just
I have 0 deaths,
I
0
trust a
kills.
dunk from this distance more than the rolling on the fairway.
I wasn't put in the game. Gamer. Take that one, boy.
All right. Hopefully I can get back into the good mood I was in before. Everything's fine. So
I where's that black
now I'm
one from
scared
James
here
at?
because I believe it was James who said earlier that the rocket failed him. And this is the shot we're going to be doing it on, although this is just a shootout here. Get a little practice, I guess.
Chill, dude.
Little of an over adjustment because I'm probably at mid, but hitting it great on that side. I think I might end up in the sand. Yeah.
Gamer, let's kill the last 2 people.
Anthony Smith says use the sniper on this hole. Anthony, have you ever tried using the rocket on this hole?
That's why I hate freaking auto aim.
Because the rocket is like absolutely awesome.
I love this game.
Yeah, Ian got a hole in one with the rocket. Yeah, Anthony, check it out. I'm going to be using it on the next hole. This is just a shootout. I would have taken a little more time lining it up any other ways. Good luck, my friend. All right, rocket. You want a rocket and you want a high power ball so you can make some adjustments. Good luck from Minnesota. Matthew, thank you. All right, so hopefully I can get in as good as a mood as I was earlier. As annoying as it was, we had a nice little crowd in here. Yeah, sniper, we're good. Let's play the hole.
Oh.
Hey, what's going on, Brendan? How you doing, buddy? Now, as long as you know how to adjust for wind, this is an excellent
Really?
way to tackle this hole. I do definitely, in the past, I would use the sniper, on Tour 6 and everything, but with this, it just makes all the sense in the world to use the rocket. And here is why. Boom. Look how much backspin the rocket has. Let's get a... I hate using a Kingmaker, but I'm getting low on certain balls.
How? So?
Make a quick wind adjustment here. Not sure. Hopefully it's like one ring per. That was the biggest thing. I didn't know my rings is perfect, but let's see how this plays out. What this basically does is it takes the sand traps out of the equation, making it a lot easier for your shot. So this is why I like this. Jesse told me about this. So big thank you to Jesse, because
It's a DLC.
as you've seen with my last shot, I ended up in the sand.
Pretty good. A 2-hit pistol.
Now, this is a lot of people saying, with the rocket, if you guys are playing Tour 6, don't use the rocket. This is for one hole in one tournament when we know where, what course we're going to play. The rocket is definitely not recommended for Tour 6 play. But for this tournament, if you have a high level rocket, this is something you could do with it. Yeah, Nick says 10. The rocket level 9 works as well. Thor's hammer, I believe 3 and 4 are also viable options. Does the QB work there. I wouldn't think there'd be enough backspin on the quarterback. No one in the mod squad was telling me anything about it.
You want to play
Now,
ping
I
pong?
didn't need to use a Kingmaker, but I'm
You
getting
want to
so
play
low on
ping pong?
Titans, and I'm not so low on Kingmakers. That's why I did that. You want a little more distance because your rocket is going to limit you because it's not a very far club, and that's why I used the Kingmaker. I wanted to knock down the wind some since I really didn't know the wind rings on this club. I guess it's 1.2, 1.37, and 1.6, but I didn't see that until right now.
Alright, let's see what I get from this common.
And Matthew even says a rocket level 10 works great in expert. And Golf Clash Rogers says quarterback works level 9 and 10. I'm I'm definitely not going to question you on that. I didn't hear that, but if I, I don't think you have any reason to fib. But I'm gonna definitely stick. Oh, he just gave me the money. Okay, so obviously I don't think we're going to be taking a break. We took our break already, so we'll sit down for like 12 holes. We're going to hole 9. Hole 9 is the hole with let me just take a quick peek at it. I don't want to hit ready. Okay, I know what it is now. I know what it is. So definitely the extra mile. Going with the big dog again. And as much as I want to go with the Spitfire and the Nirvana, I'm not the Spitfire. Yeah, the Spitfire and the Nirvana.
Should I push deep?
I am in trouble regardless if I hit the first rough or sand. And that means that in the second ones, both of these will reach with accuracy. So these are the clubs I'm going with. That's my story, and I'm sticking to it. Let's open this up real quick. Yep, Joe, Titan Ball it is. ATM says Eagle for sure. Joe says use Nirvana. I got the Nirvana. This is a hard hole to Eagle. Everything's got to go just right. But it's definitely possible, It's not a give me Eagle, is what I'm saying. It is Eagle Bowl.
It deleted all of my classics.
Hey, Kevin Warren's in the house. What's going on, buddy? I had the
Wanna fix it?
privilege and pleasure of talking to Kevin for probably about an hour or two, trying to get some streaming going for him. Not sure if he ever got that up and running. I know we were having some problem with Lonely Screen. Thank you so much, Anthony Smith. That's an awesome thing to say. I really appreciate it. And Mr. Chuck, thank you as well. Yes, definitely don't want to give it too much power. Chris is saying lag from stream? Like the whole stream or just the phone side?
Cameron, that won't hurt your dog.
How you doing, Jeff Elliott? Good to see you.
Oh, that's not good.
Yeah, my stream health is in the yellow right now. Usually when it's in the yellow, though, you guys don't really notice. Justin Graham, love your videos. I learned a lot from your channel. Thank you so much. I appreciate the positive feedback. Getting low on the Titan balls. All right, so 2, 4, 6, 7. If I completely overpower it to there, I should be fine. Because it would land there in 2, 4, 2, 4, 6, 7. It's kind of scary. Don't want it to sail too much. I'm going to almost fully overpower it. All right. Well, that's about the best you could ask for. Plus, we took the trees out of play. Now it's the big dog's turn.
My classes got deleted, dude. I'm remaking them.
You know, Matt, you're 100% right on that. It's weird. The wind changes sometimes. It really does because Other times, if I would have gave it that much power, I would have landed in the rough or the sand right there. But I counted the rings. I saw what full power looked like, and I seen that I could add another 7.5 miles an hour to the wind. I was a little worried about coming all the way back, so
What?
you know, I probably went about 75, 80% full power, and glad I did. I have a level 10 rocket, but a level 9 rocket will work as well. Let's see what that does. Hopefully that doesn't do too much. I hate the all that top spin. I think is just a little too much. Let's go with that. I think that'll put us in good shape. I'm going to go over here just a bit more. And this one I got to do full power because I don't want it to clip the rough. Probably could have put a little curl on it. Glad I didn't go full top spin. And with how far away I am, it would really be doing me a favor. There we go. I wanted to be in the fringe because I was a little too far. Definitely should have put some curl on that. Hopefully I can chip it in for the eagle. That is kind of a far chip. And with the way the wind's blowing, yikes. Gonna have to make some kind of adjustment. It'll probably be a mid shot. And mid is 3.16. We'll just call it 3.
Again?
Yep, they call me Chip.
Izzy. Izzy.
Ooh,
There's this thing called putting this stuff
unlucky.
up
I wish
before
that would
you
have went in
you
for him.
try it.
All right. We're obviously going to go with the full top spin, and hopefully we can pull it back quite a bit and take out any wind resistance we might encounter. See, the wind can come into play here. This scares me a little bit.
Happens to the best of us.
Let's see how we play it. Ah, needed to adjust just a tad bit more. They don't call me Chip no more. Joe says that's why I wrote the wins for each par 5 to compare the wins. Oh, that sucked. That should have been an eagle.
Yes, because yogurt is the good stuff. Yep, the gamer doesn't like it.
All right, so that closes out 9. We go back up to hole 1.
Exactly, that's the point.
It was nothing important, Sean. If you guys want, you can go back to the beginning of the stream. I explained everything. Um, we're gonna have we had like 95 people in at the time that happened, so I don't want to bore everyone else by repeating myself over and over. Just smoke, no fire. Definitely could have turned into a fire. Um,
Huh.
I should have trusted my son. I didn't.
Exactly, because I'm not good at emblems.
I didn't think there was really an emergency. I would have been really angry. if I would have taken a bogey, on a little video game, you know, had had it not been an emergency,
Team deathmatch.
and it could have turned into something. So,
Thank you
um,
for letting.
you know, let my stupidity be a lesson for you
I'm
guys,
gonna
and
get banned.
if in advance, because I got lucky.
It's
Maybe any
hunted.
one of you guys watching, could happen to you guys, and you may not be
Who
lucky. You
cares?
know, so just definitely be careful.
His mom just roasted him up. He says, "I'm don't home. Why are you gonna leave your burrito on the floor?"
All right. Well, if I could get a minus 20, I'd be really happy. Minus 20 obviously isn't going to get me, um, what do you call it? Any type of medals, because there's like
Why?
five people with minus 23. But
Why would you leave?
I'd be happy with minus 20. I think minus 20 would get me like a
You would have
top,
fun leaving.
probably around a top 20 finish,
Cause
right around 20, 25, and get a decent prize with those. Maybe I could replenish a few balls. Definitely used a lot of premium balls this time around.
Yeah.
Kind of interested in seeing. I never took a shot like this, but I like the way the wind's blowing for a shot like
Yeah,
this.
you're the only dude that remember my birthday.
Not
Although you
sure.
didn't even get
I'm
me
so
something for
used
my
to going
birthday.
the other way. I don't want to try something new on the back nine, especially, I don't know. That
Wait,
looks like the wind is perfect for a shot like this.
what'd you say? Okay, Izzy. I mean, gamer, at least guess
It's
what
tempting,
month it is.
but I think I'm going to stick with my normal path. Now, it was on the back nine where my ball actually rolled down by the creek in my opening round. So I am going to be mindful of that and
15.
very careful.
I'm not the only thing that's 12.
Go with the quasar here. Let's take a peek here.
Yo, I'm
Maybe I will
really trying
take
to
this
ease off
way.
of
I don't
you.
I don't see why not. No, no, I'm gonna stick with what I know.
You go
And I'm playing it extra safe because, again, I did roll down into the creek last time, so that's why I put left spin and just a little bit of left curl. So hopefully, yeah, we're looking good. I know I
Okay, so
technically went further away
going
from
to
the
the
hole, but I
black
did
end,
not
you
want to
got
be
13 fries.
in the rough.
Yeah.
And also,
Have
you
you
see
played
that
since
the
the
sand
beta
trap is
update?
taken out of the equation, so I'm okay with that.
Okay, Izzy. All right, I'm gonna follow you through. I mean, I'm go to blackjack. Go to the black market.
Uh, let's see here. ATM
You know
said
what?
just overpower it. I chickened out.
Do you
I
see
got
the
a
second
sniper.
bar?
I feel pretty good about my second shot. Joe K says, when do you and Jesse want to make
Oh yeah,
the
go to
new Hall of
contracts.
Fame,
And
Hall
then
of
go to
Shame
red
video for clubs?
words.
That's something that I think would be extremely fun. I would talk to Jesse about that. I would say, I don't want to put pressure on Jesse, but that sounds like a lot of
Okay, go
fun.
to contracts.
Um,
Yes, if you're
you
winning
know,
75 games,
he
you
has a
can say
much
what.
busier schedule than I do. So if he wants to make it when he gets ready, I would love to collaborate on that with him. And if that's not something he wants to deal with, you know, I might make one on my own. I love it. I think it's an excellent idea, but I'm not sure what Jesse's doing just yet.
Same. Yo, for 100 kills again.
All right. I know I'm not an albatross. My aim is not
Where's the
like
gun? Where's the
albatross
gun?
aim, but
Let's do that.
I just want to get up there safely.
I will.
I ended up missing to the left anyway. Boo on that. At least I made it to the fringe. I'm happy about that.
Be back in like 30 minutes. Next video.
Absolutely, Joe. It would be an honor to have you in on that video. You've taught me quite a bit. Um, I value your opinion. You've given me great input, through playing other tournaments, and I've always had good results when you said, "Hey, try this ball, try this club, try this or that." So, absolutely, Joe, I'd love to do that. Oh, it wouldn't have been albatross. It would have been an eagle. My bad. Hopefully, we could have some of the same luck. Now here, I'm not gonna try dunking because you got to adjust for the height. So I'm just happy making sure that it gets up in there. You'll see I let the ball guide go slightly past the hole. Ah, my phone jumped just a tad. Okay, it didn't affect me. It was like, I can't do it. It threw my timing off just a bit, but all right. So we're done with that hole. And, oh no, we're not. I crossed off the wrong one. That's the next hole. Let's really try to make it this time because this is a learning. People watch this to learn how to play holes. Definitely an extra mile isn't a club you want to use, but it's something you can use. I'm going to adjust 8, even though 8 probably doesn't make sense because I'm not at max. And then just put full curl, full spin to the right, 2 back spin with the driver, and end up right in the sand just like that. I don't know what happened. I'm so used to using the rocket now I could care less. I'm glad I don't have to deal with that hole anymore. Take care, Justin. Take care, Sean. Yeah, it's a game of precision. It's a game of inches, too. So, yeah, when it does jolt just a little bit, I don't know if it could be my phone. It could be the game. I'm not sure which one it is. I'm not going to place blame anywhere. But I'm really happy I got the shot. That's what matters. Christopher says curl keeps it in the air longer and made it go further right. See, but when I curl it when I'm doing regular shots, I'll put curl on it and I don't have to adjust my wind any extra. So I'm not saying you're wrong. I just don't understand the thinking why it would work on some but not others. All right, we need the quarterback in here. Oh, and speaking of the quarterback, let's see here. Backspin is 72. That's cutting it close. Maybe you could use a quarterback. Someone said you could use a quarterback earlier. I could see it working, but if you do have the other clubs, I would highly recommend um, Thor or the Rocket instead, just because it's better to have that little bit of insurance. Rocket over quarterback on the last hole. If you're talking about the hole that, yes, on the shootout hole, definitely rocket over quarterback is my advice. Um, and if you didn't max out that, if you have a Thor's Hammer 3, that'll work as well. A quarterback, according to the numbers, it's really close. And I just don't, when it comes to really close, it's like, you know, it worries me. All right, so, damn it, come on. 6, 7. Oh, I think I left the 2 backspin on. I meant to put 2 topspin when I switched. See if that hurts me. No, it's not going to hurt. I don't know if I did switch or not, but as soon as I released it, I was like, oh no. Thanks, Anders. So Joe did say Crow makes it longer and higher and affected by the wind from the second tee. I haven't noticed anything, but then again, if you watched my wind video, it's kind of like a wind video for dummies. I, you know, what's the right word I'm looking for? I adjust by halves. I don't adjust by quarters. Once you learn the basics of the winds and you start adjusting by quarters, and then you start learning your mid and minimum levels, I can definitely see there being a bigger difference. Ooh, hopefully he could chip in from there. But um, aside from that one hole where it looked bad, although there have been a couple times, when I was showing certain things with the rings and the ball didn't land exactly where I wanted it to land. So I mean that could be the case, but it's definitely improved my game quite a bit. Don't take this tournament as an example, because obviously this is the hardest tournament you could get aside from playing an expert or masters. But it is Tour 11. There is no Tour 12. All right, and we're going back to the extra mile and the big dog for the next hole. All right, thanks, Joe. What's going on, Mark? We got Jenna in here. How you doing, Jenna? Nice. Actually, I believe I have the quarterback equipped for this shootout. And if I do, we could test the quarterback. You guys think about that? Well, Jim, if you would have not missed the cut, um, you would have been happy with yourself. I mean, I wouldn't say that it was silly at all. Good for you for for pushing yourself. Sometimes you push yourself and you can't do it. Other times you push yourself and you surprise yourself. I was really scared jumping from rookie to pro. And I didn't miss not a single pro game yet. This was probably the scariest one where I really thought it was a good possibility that I would miss it. But here I am in the weekend. Thank goodness I finished in the top 25. So yeah, do we have the quarterback? We do have the quarterback. Let's see if the quarterback is okay. All right. It looks like the quarterback can do it. You're not going to have this type of wind. That's one thing. But I wouldn't recommend the quarterback, but the quarterback is definitely doable. Now, I'm going to have to overpower it though, because this is as far as the quarterback can go. You're going to want to use a better ball. Let's see. So, yes, it does work with the quarterback, but I think that you have more room for error. And that's the other thing. You definitely want to use a Kingmaker or a Titan or something like that. So, yep, definitely usable. And as Jesse says, definitely check out the 19th hole on Facebook when you get a chance, and also check out his YouTube page for rookie and pro videos and tournament guides. Just click on the link and it'll take you right to Jesse's channel. Not sure if Helios is doing any live streaming tonight, but we watched some live streams yesterday and had quite a bit of fun, and I still owe him a yodel. Let's see. 12 is extra mile and big dog. I'm I'm so used to selecting the club. There we go, big dog. Let's do it. Let's get it on. All right, I'll definitely check you out, Helios. I've been there for your first two streams. I'll definitely be there for your third. What did I do? Oh, okay. Well, I blew it. Now I'm gonna have to take the other route. Mm-mm-mm. I didn't have it marked down to use the big topper when I should have. Doggone it. Hopefully that makes it. Slow down, slow down, slow down. I would rather be closer to the right-hand side. I meant to bring the big topper, and I knew it for the top for the first three, but I forgot it on this one. I do have the big dog, though, so hopefully we can still make it. I would have liked to have been closer to the right, though. That sucks. Yes, Jenna, I hate it when I don't have the right club. ATM says his next stream he'll have his headset in. That's awesome. I was just so scared that the ball was going to roll over to the rough. That's why I kind of curved it over closer to the right. Hopefully that don't bite me too bad on my second shot. Okay, so we got a 6.9, but it's a side wind. I'm wondering if that's too... No, that's not going to be too much top spin. I would really like to hit it perfect, though. This is the first time I'm attempting this shot with the big dog. I don't like where the wind is pushing it. I feel like I'm going to hit the rough up top. Okay. I would rather be shooting from the other side if I could get the ball to go another 400 and however many yards we got it to go, but I'm okay with that. I am definitely okay with that. We did get the eagle last time. The eagle's definitely going to be harder this time. And we got to save a berserker. Close, Kevin. Almost on the green. Glad I used the full top spin, that's for sure. I was used to using the sniper, and from here, you know, it's nearly impossible to get it in. You just want it to stop by the flag. But for how high up I got, hopefully we can chip it in. Okay, so we're near max, which is going to be about 1.5. It's not an easy chip-in shot, but let's see how it goes. Ah, just barely. Like I said, game of inches. Game of inches. So we're going to have to get an eagle somewhere else if we're going to finish with a minus 20. Otherwise, we're on pace for minus 19. I really want minus 20. You're 100% right, Jesse. I just got gun shy, and that's why I curled it to the left, because I was just so scared. I haven't taken that shot in quite a while. I was so scared that I was going to end up in the rough and just blow everything. So it did cost me. It cost me by inches. Uh oh, I got to beat Jenna this time. My top three, I believe, were all 23s. I'm not sure. We could check right after this. So all that and my friend here and me are going to end up tied. I couldn't get that to drop. That sucks. Albatross on 15 with the Cataton and Apocalypse. Yeah, I'm not. My Apocalypse is level 1 and I don't have a Cataclysm yet. Miami Boy finished with minus 19. I think that's a respectable score. Right about there feels right. Perfect. Let's see where we end up. It's just a shootout. Wouldn't normally end up using the extra mile. But if we were putting, it looks like we're going to be close enough. Not feeling a hole in one here, though. So, Kevin, did you get Lonely Screen to work? Or did you find another way? That's where me and Kevin got hung up when I was trying to teach him how to use OBS, is we couldn't get his phone to connect. Lonely won't work. So what did you end up using? Or are you able to hook up an Android with a cord through your computer? Oh, geez, you haven't figured it out yet. YouTube's your best friend, man. YouTube helped me out, in finding everything. Going hole 13, extra. Oh, this is the backspin hole. Extra mile guardian. Okay. And I am going with a regular ball. Well, not a regular ball, but I'm not going with the Titan. I'm probably going to go Navigator to knock down some of the wind, and I'm not going to overpower it because I overpowered it half the times, and the half the times that I did overpower it, I ended up in the rough. And we don't want to take this shot with our Nirvana. Yeah, ATM, I agree with you. There's just something, we all are new at one point or another. Eventually, we want to graduate. I know how to do it with an iPhone. I don't know how to do it with Android, so that's where we got hung up. So it looks like we're going to stop where we need to stop. Hopefully there's no trees in the way. Nope. We're in good shape. Hopefully the Saturn will do it for us. Now see here, if I would have overpowered it more, I could have went way further. I don't know what the difference is between this shot and the other. Well, maybe not. Maybe it was just the way it was leading to the next hole. My strategy is going to the left now. It used to be going to the right. And if I'm going to play tour 6, I'm definitely going to go to the right, just like this guy's doing. But for this particular tournament, where you know which clubs you could bring, I'm using the Guardian. And because I'm using the Guardian, it allows me to go to the right. And he tackled that perfectly. That's just too high risk for me now that I could bring the Guardian. But for Tour 6, you want all long clubs. Sniper's fine if it's a high enough level. But see, you can't do this unless you have a Guardian. No other club has that much backspin. I don't. The wind's pushing it a little. Perfect shot. Hopefully, because of the elevation difference, I don't find myself in trouble. And I end up on the rough. Damn it. But I didn't want to back up anymore because I know with the elevation difference, sometimes it lies, and I could have ended up down in the rough there. So the Saturn is much better. Um, you don't take as big as the bounces. I was really hoping my last bounce would bring me back, but since it went into the rough, it's like, ugh. My Guardian, was it level 6 or 7? I'm not sure. It's one of the two. It's either 6 or 7. But you get the 100% backspin fairly soon. I really need to chip this one in. Do not want a par, because then we're looking at closer to minus 18. I really want the minus 20. But it is going to take a perfect. I don't think the great ball's going to go in. Nope. So we get a par. We're looking at minus 18 now. And if we can't get these strokes back, I think that's going to take us to out of the top 25 and closer to the top 50. I should have pulled back just a little bit more. Again, I was just worried that the elevation difference, I didn't want to hit the cliff and go down. So that's our first par. Not too excited about that. Hole 14 requires the quarterback. So we'll switch those up again real quick. Part of me is just happy I made it to the weekend, but I really want to get a minus 20. It's ache in my bones. I want it so bad. But there's 4 holes left, and I think I'm going to need a hole in one on a par 3. I really do. I backed myself into a corner. Yes, I agree with what ATM said up higher. Tournament play, I always go left, but tour play, always go right. Because of the clubs you're going to have, you're 100% right. Oh, Joe's teetering on the brink in third for pro. Hope you get it, buddy. I'm still hunting for mine, but at minus 23, I know I'm not getting nothing. Man, I tore through my balls this tournament. Getting low on everything. All right. 6, 7. Close enough. Perfect shot. Yeah, I think I'm going to get a birdie too. It's very, very hard to know when you're in the right lane for a hole in one. Obviously, that's not the lane right there. Yeah, I can't hunt for animals. I can't do it. I love dogs. Deers, I don't know, for deers kind of remind me of dogs, like big dogs with horns or whatever. I know that sounds funny. Um, Come here, puppy. Come here. Come on. Come on, say hi. You look like an alien with your haircut. Come on. Come on. There we go. Up, up, up. Show everyone your new haircut. Aw,
Yeah.
you're so shy. Look in the camera. Say hi.
He has been biting at his left paw, and there's like a little cut on him.
Yeah, the lady who cut him said she nicked him a couple times. He'll be all right.
Chewing on it, so I don't know.
So if we lived in another country, it's possible that um, people would hunt dogs. I don't know. I just do it. I'm not against it. I will gladly join you for dinner for venison. Or if you're having duck, if you're having hamburgers, even, But like, I could never work at a slaughterhouse. I can't put one of those gun things, the bolt to their head. I can't pull the trigger. I can eat it, but I can't kill it. Now, if we were in some end of the world scenario, if you watch too much YouTube and conspiracy, oh, what's going on with this guy? That's not me. If you're watching, all these things where they say, something horrible's coming and, you're going to have to feed your families and everything. Well, I got the right guns and I got the right ammo. So I can protect my family and I can hunt, and we're not going to starve. In that case, it's not like, well, family, we're going to starve to death because I refuse to shoot an animal. But in the country we live in a first world country. We're not forced to make those types of decisions. And I choose not to. What, John? Ask me again, and I'm changing the password, boy.
Water bottle, please.
Joe says, my motherland eats cats and dogs, but not me. I'm second generation Korean. Oh, I could shoot a cat, no problem. No, I'm just kidding. I'm not a big cat fan,
Hey,
but
I'll
I
go
couldn't.
beg or anything or
I
get
don't
a house
think.
right now.
All right, let me
I'm
tell
not
you one of the
gonna
hardest
go
things I've ever
do
done.
my own thing.
One of the hardest things I ever did was, I don't know if it was a rabid raccoon or if he was just injured. And let me set up for this shot real quick
You want
here.
a water bottle?
Yep, I'm a little busy at the moment, buddy.
Yeah. Yeah. Don't you?
It's a little bit more curl than I like to put, but seeing that we're in a shootout,
Yep.
I just wanted to try it out.
Yep, but then they'll go ahead and sell
All
you
right. So
like
anyway, there was this raccoon. It was foaming at the mouth. It was only able to walk with two paws, so it was kind of dragging itself. I called the police, for animal control purposes. There's no animal control. I didn't dial 911 or anything. What's going on here? Did it freeze up? The police said, well, you could put the raccoon in a box and, tie up the box and, animal control will come get it, in a week or whatever. And, yeah, I just felt so bad. I could see this thing was definitely suffering. So I went to Google and, I looked up what's the most humane way to put an animal down. You can't discharge a gun in the city. I don't want to go to prison, unless you're using it to protect your life or whatever. Played 14. Okay, so extra mile and big dog. Anyway, they said drowning it was the best way, to take care of the raccoon quickly. So we got a really big garbage bag, put him in the garbage bag, put the garbage bag in a garbage can, and just started filling it with a garden hose. And it was slow and torturous and awful. And I'll never be able to do that again. I even had a dream that I took a broom and swept it into the neighbor's yard and made it their problem. Not very neighborly of me, but I'll never drown another animal. That was awful. It gave me a nightmare. Joe K says, when I was younger, I may have eaten a dog in Korea without knowing it. Hey, man, When we go to these restaurants, that give you really bad service, you never know what they're giving you. God knows what we've all eaten. We could have went to some place and eaten something nasty. I ain't gonna judge no one if they might have eaten a dog or a cat or whatever. Now, if you invite me over for dinner and say we're having dog or cat, I'm not. Um, Let me see. Okay, I remember the hole, and I do want my Spitfire back. Tripe sounds familiar, but why when you say tripe do I think of fish? Tripe soup. It sounds so familiar.
Penguin dude.
I have had a cow udder in Thailand, says Roger. I mean, I would almost try anything once. I don't think I could eat monkey brains or like a cow eyeball or a cow tongue, but oh my god! And I seen something. Is it in China where they like they serve squid arms or something like that? And I think they put salt on it or something to make it move because it makes it more of a delicacy. And yeah, I couldn't eat that. Nothing moving on my plate,
Wait, do
please.
they eat slugs and put salt on it?
Let's see. Joe says, I love cow intestines and stomach lining, which is tripe. I may have had that. I've definitely heard of tripe before, so there is a possibility that I've had that. Just as bad, I like liver. If it's prepared right, I really like liver. When I was about my son's age, maybe a little, no, I was definitely younger. For the first time, my buddy and his family invited me to eat over. I was so excited to, have dinner somewhere else other than home. And I didn't ask. I didn't say, hey, what's for dinner? Or anything like that. So, I asked my mom if I could eat over. She gave me permission. And I said, what are we having? Liver and onions. And I just remember my mom always gagging when talking about liver and onions. So, wasn't too happy, but they prepared it just right. And then my grandmother makes like liver soup occasionally. But I told her I liked liver one time, and she made liver, and it was disgusting. It tasted like rubber. So it depends how you prepare it, and I do love the liver soup. Get past the sand traps, please. I'm feeling good unless we clip the rough. We clip the rough, and that's why I'm not feeling good. Damn it. Oh, I saw a question up there before I was taking it. Ever eaten ostrich anus? No, that's gross, man. Is that really a thing?
Yeah, it's nasty.
My son just said it is a thing. No, there's so many parts of an ostrich. Who's the first guy that said, I call the butthole? Yeah, when you cook that bird, I want to eat the butthole part. No, you ain't gonna. Yeah, that's just gross. But there are some weird things out there. Like if you think about it, what is rump roast? Another word for rump roast, if you want to get technical, is butt steak. Now it's not butthole steak, but rump is butt. Someone else asked me up in the comments. I'm sorry, I don't remember seeing the name. Ooh, I get to take my time. This is the fire shot. Let's see. What if I go like this? That ball guy just scares the heebie-jeebies out of me. The heebie-jeebies. But I want to get as close as possible. I do like sushi. So does my son.
Yeah, California rolls are really good too.
And yeah, there we go in the sand. Should have seen that. Glad I got my Malibu though. I'm on a celebrity. Get me out of here. Always have celebrities eat. Oh, okay. So it's not something that's like really good where you live and like everyone wants to eat that in Australia. What is my favorite cow part that is not common? Joe, my menu is not very uh extravagant. I go to the store, I buy ground meat, I buy steak, I can't think of anything, any part of a cow. I mean, I'll eat beef bologna. I hear that comes from some nasty spots, but I eat very common
Set.
foods. Nice shot.
Yeah.
Got the eagle. Hopefully we can get the same kind of luck with our Malibu.
Why would I sit behind him? Yeah. He has a
Cow
dead
head
spot
meat
for
is
the cow.
common. Was eaten in an air. Oh, I do have the spit. Damn it. I thought I had. What was I thinking? We're going to have to get lucky here. Guys, we're choking.
I don't ever go on a shoot.
The fire. The fire did it to me. I'm blaming the fire. I was playing fine until we had the little fire incident, and now I'm falling off. 3 holes remaining, minus 15. Not so happy. Let's see. Extra mile and sniper. Okay. I know this hole. Extra mile, sniper. Let's get back to the Malibu as we fall apart here once again. ATM says he needs me to eat some Vegemite. I went to the grocery store, but they didn't have it. There's a couple other grocery stores. It's one thing about living in the city is you have like an overabundance of stores. So I can't travel very far, but there's probably 4 or 5 different stores that could carry it near me. Worst case scenario, maybe they can order it for me. Yeah, we're gonna need to buy Titans at some point. Why did I just buy one ball? That doesn't hurt you if you buy one ball. And I don't want to play with a Titan. I want to play with a Navigator. That wind knocked down just a little bit for my second shot. Perfect shot. Love perfect. Of course you could PM me, ATM. Hello from Columbia Station. Thanks, Norman. Good to see you here, buddy. Yeah, that's the only thing that I'm wondering. I mean, people tune in to see, me eat the bologna.
Hey,
No, not the
yeah.
bologna. The peanut butter and mayonnaise, because that just sounds like a horrible combination. Same thing with the
The bite of
spam
the
and
bullet.
peanut butter. So many Americans don't know what Vegemite is. They'll be like, "Oh, RJ's eating Vegemite. So what? Why is he recording himself doing that?" However, um, the few of us that actually do know what Vegemite
If I had it, I
is
wouldn't use it though.
do know that only Australians find it tasty. So James says you got to the weekend banner. Celebrate, dude. That's true. I mean, this was a very, very hard,
What?
course for me. I wasn't sure I was gonna make it.
It's one of his songs.
I
I
wish
love
I
his
would have
song.
brought a ball with more side spin.
It's because they like all of his songs have like a weird twist to them. They're like good stories behind them.
I'm happy to be here, but I want to put on a good show too. You know, I want you guys to see minus 20. Although minus 20 isn't like an amazing feat or anything, you know, I was never on pace for minus 20. Then I hit that front nine with a minus 10 and I just fell off. Have you ever had kimchi from my motherland of Korea? Anyone else? It's pickled fermented cabbage. No, but I have had sauerkraut, which I think is some sort of pickled fermented cabbage. I don't know. And that's because we were all brainwashed as young kids. Thanks, Mike. It's close. It's a, I guess it's a respectable score. It was just kind of like a goal I put out there for myself to try to get the minus 20, and now that it really doesn't seem like it's possible, I feel a little let down. And I just really felt I was on a roll earlier. I was in an exciting mood, but I was also in a groove while being in an exciting move. And that whole thing, the timing just absolutely sucked on that. Why couldn't that happen when I was doing horrible? All right, thanks ATM. Andrew Cabby, I would love to put Fortnite streams up there, but a lot of people just don't care about me playing Fortnite. I'm definitely not good compared to a lot of people out there that that do stream Fortnite, and a lot of my regulars, I get a few people that come in to say hi, but unfortunately most of you guys just don't really get excited by Fortnite. So unless I get like the four team squads, Fortnite can get pretty fun and exciting. Um, but just playing solos, and for whatever reason, the way I have it hooked up, it's hard to talk. Like, I don't know, on a lot of my recordings, the talking doesn't seem to come through the microphone. Starting to get perfect shots, just not the score's not really reflecting it.
What? You watch his videos?
Yeah, Jess, you are right. I mean, I got no
I watch
problem
all of them.
streaming Fortnite.
Yeah.
I just, I didn't want to scare away any of my subscribers. Be like, oh, he's doing Fortnite now. He's giving up on Golf Clash. It's like, no, that's definitely not the case. All right, so we played 16. We're on the Rocket one. Hopefully, we'll get lucky and get a hole in one here and get back on pace. If not, we're in trouble, guys. I really would love. I mean, this is probably the most likely hole to get a hole in one. Something tells me this is going to be the golden shot too. And with those clubs, ugh. I saw ATM. Thank you. Okay, so this is where we definitely need a longer ball. And 5.7 at max distance. No curl, just the shot. Not happy that I hit it great with the extra mile, but let's see what happens. Hopefully we don't end up on the rough, and we didn't. Cross this one out. And one more hole.
What's that? I didn't watch it. Wait, there's a video? Wait, when did it come out? What's it about?
Jim Weathers got an apocalypse in the golden shot. That's awesome. I haven't got nothing good from the golden
Dude, you
shot
need to
so
watch
far.
Frozen. Dude, just watch all
Let's see. Yep, most of the target fits in the
That
hole.
I like how like they have stories.
Stop going away. Why do you do that? That bothers me.
Frozen and I'm sorry are my favorite.
Birdie. Birdie, 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 birdie. Jim Flynn, I like that. Thank you so much. Don't forget to
I'm
smash that like
sorry,
button.
everyone. The I'm sorry face means
Thank you, Andrew. So where does that put us? Are we at minus 17? Or does that put us at like minus 16? Or I'm sorry, ATM said to smile. What movie was that? There was a movie where someone told, was it Terminator 2? Me and my son were talking, but I think Terminator 2 was the best movie ever made. Just Terminator 2 is just so freaking awesome. Yeah, I mean, guys, I'm not like depressed or anything. I'm not like bipolar. I'm a little upset that I made some garbage shots in here. I definitely had the wind taken out of my sails with
what'd you
the
say?
potential fire, and then I felt even stupider,
This
not
one?
listening to my son when he called me up.
Yeah. I think I just put myself in that
I don't know,
situation.
guys. I just a little disappointed in myself, but
That was a good
you
one,
know,
dude.
I think it's just everything. Not depressed, just lost that happy feeling when I was doing good earlier.
Okay, I'm gonna take a zero
Yeah, I'm not beating myself up. It's cool. Again, I'm just, like if I wasn't online and I was just playing um, silently to myself, I would be a little bummed. So we got minus 17. Minus 17 got us into the weekend. We haven't even played the final hole yet. So I doubt I'm going to get an albatross on this hole, but if I get an eagle or something, that's an eagle is not bad. I mean, that's minus 19. I'd be one stroke off of, what I would want. So
This is the
eagle or
toughest.
bust. Should we call it that? Oops. Darn it. I didn't mean to do that. One hole left. So we're going to go
You
extra
really
mile.
shouldn't.
Big dog.
You really shouldn't. You wasn't done with that.
And I can't remember what hole this is. Yes, now I
He
do
doesn't even
remember.
make videos. He just makes live
Don't
streams.
want the Spitfire.
And his videos are like 4 hours long.
And I'm going to keep both of those clubs in. Let's just go for it, guys. Let's do
Yeah,
it.
you'll watch it for 5 minutes and
Play
then you'll
golf. I think we're going to use a Titan. Hopefully we don't make a mistake and end up in the rough or the sand, because they do change the wind. Yeah, I don't even know if this is an albatross type hole. But an eagle will get me minus 19. Thank you, Jared. I hope so. Carl Weber's got a great memory. Yeah, I made that my channel trailer. That was pretty awesome. Mike Bernard said that was opening round for me. I still haven't shot weekend. Yeah, I slept the day away. I didn't even know today was Saturday. I thought it was Friday for some reason. Let's see here. We're gonna go, yeah, Titan, full top spin. We'll go a little bit to the left there. 6.7 mile an hour wind. I think it's definitely safe to do a full power shot here because I'm showing you max now and then 2 rings per. So yeah, we should be fine max. I'll probably do 80% though again. Perfect. Mother, father, sister, brother. I didn't even go 100% on that bad boy. I didn't bring my Spitfire.
He wants to do crossplay. Now you're doing crossplay.
Oh, I left my pop somewhere. I don't. I just took the shot, in the front nine. I used the same power. I don't know. It happens. It happens. So if we're gonna get the eagle, we're gonna get it from a very long chip in.
These people are so bad.
Just makes the ending more dramatic, right?
This is what happens. It's a 1v1, right? It's me and this dude 1v1ing this
Thank you,
other
Jaeger
dude.
dude. I really appreciate that.
Basically,
You
if I
guys have
get one
definitely been
double,
super
they win.
supportive of
If I
me.
double team one person.
I appreciate you, each and every one of you. He brought the wrong club.
No, that's because I'm about to go a character I'm good with, and they're about to be sitting there.
Interesting. I brought the right clubs, but my accuracy was off. He brought the wrong clubs. But how awesome would it be if we both chipped it in from our second shots? Sometimes I wonder if I'm actually playing someone on the 18th hole or if I'm playing someone who's on their front nine. You guys ever think about that? Because, I mean, it would be the same hole. Nah, not with the big dog. Ain't happening. Where are we going to end up? With no ball guide. I was scared of that. Jeez, oh man. There goes minus 18. Tommy does that shot with the second bounce in the rough with top spin to the green. Tommy's a freaking freak of nature. If I could be half as good as Tommy, minus 20 would not be an issue. Do I deserve my nickname Chip with you guys? Let's see. Please let us end this on a happy note. Okay. Minus 17 it is. Oh, wait, no, he's going for par, isn't he? I think it's going to be minus 16. Yeah, if this is a birdie, yeah. I missed. That's 5. Minus 16. I did better on the opening round. And that just tells you how horrible I did on my back 9. Oh, no, minus 17. Okay. But, I mean, I'm going to show you guys my scorecard. It's just god awful. I had minus... Yeah, look at that. 2... two missed opportunities for birdies on 4 and 9. Technically, it could have been an eagle on 9, and should have got the eagle on 3, and there's another hole in there as well. So, minus 40, I'm sorry, minus 17 gets me in 40th place. Probably finish in the bottom 50. Um, with minus 23, yeah, minus 23 could have gotten me a badge, but I wasn't, I wasn't going to hit minus 23. So the one thing I could say, I mean, I may wear my emotions on my sleeve. Don't let this face make you think that, I'm having a bad day. I'm going to play some Fortnite. I'm going to have some fun with my kid. If he wants to watch a movie tonight, we'll watch a movie. If not, then we won't. Um, but I made it to the weekend. That's the main thing. We got to hang out here on the weekend. And I really appreciate that. I'm sorry I couldn't get us a better score, but you know what? There's always next tournament. Made it to the weekend. That's what matters. A scary movie would be awesome. I don't think I got any scary movies from the library, though. Fortnite would be awesome. Yes, Jess, if you're around, I'd play Fortnite with you. But thank you guys so much for hanging out. It's amazing just to look up and see 63 people watching,
Thanks,
70
Josh,
people
for hanging
watching.
out.
John, I'm disconnecting the internet.
What?
All right. Thank you guys so much for hanging out. I appreciate you. Have a wonderful day.